Hello student, today again I am going to start chapter first of your book Indian Economic Development. Topic is Indian Economy on the Eve of Independence. This is part 3. So let me start. In this video we are going to discuss about industrial sector. Before it we had learned about two topics, low development and agriculture sector. There we learned that our development was very low because GDP is less than 2%, was less than 2%, and per capita income was less than 0, is only 0.5. Okay, and agriculture sector, it is also, the condition is very bad, was very bad. It was stagnated and backward because of jamindari system, commercialization of farming. Okay, here in this video we are going to discuss about the condition of industrial sector. Okay, let me start. So the condition of industrial sector was also not very good like agriculture sector. Okay, it is also, it was also not in good condition. Why I'm saying that? Because the growth rate of industrial sector and its contribution toward GDP was very small, estimated to be around 10%. So this line clearly state that the condition of our industrial sector on the eve of independence was not good. Why? Because if a country is suppose earning 100 rupees, and if the contribution of industrial sector is only 10%, means only 10 rupees, so you can understand कि the growth and development of industrial sector was very insignificant. Okay, so let we understand. For understanding the condition of industrial sector on the eve of independence, first of all we have to learn what was the condition of industrial sector when there is no British rule. It's mean when there is no government of Britishers. Okay, means before the pre-British rule, what was the condition of our country in industrial field? So before Britishers, our industrial sector means only one thing, handicraft industry. Okay, industrial sector equal handicraft industry. Okay, so if we talk about the industrial sector, there is only one thing, that is handicraft industry. But this handicraft industry was self-reliant. Okay, people of India were able to earn this much goods that is sufficient for the people of India, as well as they are able to export it, able to sell it outside the country, and they are able to earn good income by selling these handicraft product. Okay, and you know, our especially our sorry cotton industry, our Indian textile industry, that is worldwide famous. Okay, and after agriculture, cotton industry was having the second position, that is going to give higher employment to the people of India that time before the Britishers rule. Okay, and cotton goods were the best in the world. Okay, regarded best in the world. So in this way you can understand handicraft industry was world famous. It was the pride of our country. Okay, India was known for its handicraft. They are too much, having too much quality, fine quality, finishing. Okay, and in this way the handicraft products was the fine pride of our country. Okay, and more other form also in good condition, like I had written some example. Okay, iron industry, gold and silver, jewelry, tannery, perfume, stone cutting, precious stone, bricks. So in these field also we are good. Okay, in this way before the Britishers, our industrial sector was in good condition. We are able to produce according to our country need, okay, and as well as we are able to produce in surplus amount that we that time we are we were able to sold outside of the country and able to generate good income, okay. But when Britishers come, obviously they are when they came in India, so obviously they are not going to support it na. They are not going to happy that Indian handicraft industry is going to was going to achieve more and more higher level. No. So when they came India, the first motive of Britishers is that the handicraft industry, that is the backbone of our industrial sector, they want to break it. They wanted to break it. So first, the first motive of Britishers was that to destroy Indian handicraft industry. The first motive was to destroy Indian handicraft industry. And one more thing, when they started to rule here, means there is British rule, there was British government. In that duration, they don't allowed to come up modern industries. There are very blink modern industry at the time of independence. We gained our independence, okay. So they do two things. When there was British rule, their first motive was to destroy handicraft industry. Why? Because this was the backbone of industrial sector. People of able to produce consumer goods according to their requirement. They are self reliant, they are not dependent upon other countries, okay. And although they were able to sold it and to generate good income, so their first motive was to destroy this handicraft industry that was worldwide famous, okay. And the second thing, they also not pay any serious attempt to establishment of modern industry. So these are the sole aim of Britishers, okay. Now for destroying, so their first motive was to destroy handicraft industry, okay. Handicraft industry means man made goods, okay. Man made goods like kaleen, okay, the goods made from jute, the goods made from bans, okay. And the things that is made with the help of the human power, okay, that is known as a handicraft industry, okay. So the first aim was to destroy the world famous handicraft industry. For that, what they did, so they adopted the policy of systematic deindustrialization. What they adopted the policy of systematic deindustrialization forward to destroy world famous world class handicraft industry of India, okay. So for that, they adopted systematic deindustrialization. So first of all, what is the meaning of this term deindustrialization? So it is just opposite of industrialization, okay. So it is just opposite of the term industrialization. What is industrialization? Industrialization means to set up new industrial unit in a area. So it opposite what will be? To close up existing industrial unit. So this was the purpose of Britishers that time, okay. So in this way, the standard meaning of deindustrialization, the reduction or destruction of a nation's industrial capacity, that is known as a deindustrialization, okay. Why? What happened when there will be deindustrialization? So its impact was that there will be decline in the proportion of the working people in industrial sector. It's mean, I had told you now कि cotton textile, after agriculture, cotton textile is that industry that provide maximum employment opportunity to Indian people that time, okay. And this cotton textile industry was world famous, okay, and it is considered as the best in the world. So when they destroyed, so what its result is, result that the people who are getting their employment in handicraft industries, they started to unemployed, okay. So that is the first thing. Second thing, that when they are unemployed, so how they are going to stay in urban area? They started to move to village, and in this way they are overburdened in agriculture sector. So these were the result of this systematic deindustrialization. First is that people started to unemployed, and these unemployment started to move or migrated to village area, and in this way there are disguised employment in agriculture sector. So why Britishers wanted to do, what was the motive behind this systematic deindustrialization or destroy of handicraft industry? So let we understand it. So the primary motive behind deindustrialization, so first is to get raw material from India at cheap rate, and thus convert India into the supplier of raw material, okay. And the second motive is develop India as a market for Britain, to sell finished product of British industry in Indian market at a higher price. In very simple language, they did systematic deindustrialization for two purpose, okay. First thing is that they want to get raw material at cheap price, okay. And second thing is they want to India became their market. India convert into their market. They were able to sell their industrial manufacture goods, okay. Britishers were able to sell here manufactured goods, okay, machine made goods here. So for that they started to do systematic deindustrialization, okay. Now how they do this, how they do the work of systematic deindustrialization, and with the help of this, how they had done the work of destroy of handicraft industry. So for destroying the handicraft industry, they adopted the policy of systematic deindustrialization. Deindustrialization means they started to close up, they started to adopt such policy that the Indian handicraft industry started to close, okay. So for that they adopted many measures, okay. So first is the discriminatory tariff policy. So what is discriminatory tariff policy? It is the policy in which they allowed free export of raw material. When they purchase, British traders come India, they purchase raw material from here and they return back to their country. So there will be no tax on these raw material. So this is known as a trade free export of raw material, okay. So when Britishers came India, they purchase raw material here, there will be no export duty, okay, on the raw material. So they are able to get at least price, at the least price, okay. They are able to get raw material at least price, at cost price, okay. And they have to no pay any tax on it. When they are going back with this raw material, they had not to pay any tax on it. So in this way, tariff free export of raw material. So this was one thing, okay. Second thing, when Britishers made finished good, machine made good with the help of these raw material, okay, they return back with the finished good in India and they sell it. Again, they have not to pay any tax on it. So, free import of final goods of British industry to India. So, when they are coming India to sell their machine made goods, they have to not pay any tax. When they are going back to their country with raw material, they have not to pay any tax. Same way, they when come back to sell their finished good, in India, again they have not to pay any tax. In simple way, there is no tax for Britishers in the time of export also, at the time of import also. Okay, they have to not pay any tax. On the other side, if you talk about Indian, so indian have to pay indian have to pay heavy duty, yani heavy tax, high tax. Okay, duty means tax. Okay, they have to pay high tax. Okay, when they are exporting, means they are selling their Indian handicraft industry. Okay, student, so what this is known as a discriminatory policy. When they are bringing raw material, they have to pay no tax. When they are coming and selling their final goods, Britishers have to pay no tax. But when Indian traders export, yani they sell their handicraft industry, they have to pay tax, heavy tax. Okay, they have to pay heavy tax. Okay, so this is known as a discriminatory. Sorry for this interruption. Okay, so this is known as a discriminatory tariff policy. Okay, so because of this discriminatory tariff policy, we find two things. First is that the result of free export of British good, free import, free market for Britishers, free, they are bringing the raw material without paying any tax. So its result is that ki Indian market were full of finished good from Britain. Why? Because they are low priced. Why? Because they don't have to pay any tax when they were coming with their finished good. Okay, so because of that, there is no tax, so there is no increase in the price of finished good. Okay, on the other hand, what was the result of heavy duty on industrial handicraft? India lost its domestic market as well as foreign market. So I am going to explain it with a very simple example. Suppose a B person that belong to Britain. Okay, they purchase suppose 4x, okay, at rupees 10, and they have not to pay anything when they are going with it to Britain. Okay, again this B will come India and sell its product that is made by this 4x. Again he have not to pay any tax, no tax. Okay, so suppose they have fixed the price of a finished good is suppose 20 rupees per x. So there is no tax, so in this way they are able to sell this product at 20 rupees. Okay, on the other side, when Indian trader whose cost of producing 1x is suppose 2000 rupees. Okay, now he have to pay tax, and because of that there are so much tax, 203% taxes. Okay, so because of that, suppose he have to pay 4000 tax. So in this way the price of this product become 6 6,000. Okay, so in this way this price is too much high, and the people, the general people of outside, yeah, other country, they are not able to afford Indian handicraft product, so they started to stop purchasing it. In this way India lost its foreign market as well as its Indian market. Why? Because again there are high tax on Indian goods, handicraft goods. So because of that, they are not able to sell their product at low price in India also. Okay, so in this way, Indian handicraft trader lost its market in both in domestic as well as in foreign area. Okay, now, what will the impact of this systematic deindustrialization? So there are two impact of this systematic deindustrialization. Okay, means when industrial sector started to close up, what were the impact? The first impact is high level of unemployment. People are unemployment. Sorry, people were started to unemployed. Okay, and because of that there is migration from urban area to village area, and its result is that overcrowding in agriculture sector, and its result is disguised unemployment. Okay, now the second thing is import of Britain finished goods. You know, the rule is that farmer have to sell their product first to Britain traders. Whatever left, that is only for Indian traders. In this way, the demand of Indian traders was too high, but the left amount of good is very low. Result is that ki they are able to produce uh, agriculture product at a very high price. When they manufacture the goods with the help of this high priced raw material, the price of good become more high. So in this way they are not able to compete with Britain goods. Why? Because first of all Indian are making goods by manpower, by using manpower, by handicraft industry. On the other side, Britons were manufacturing their good in with the help of the machines. Okay, so they are able to produce more and more good at a very low price in a less time. So in this way, Indian handicraft industry and their product are not able to survive in front of British goods. Okay, and in this way, slowly and gradually, Indian handicraft industry and its product lost its market in India as well as outside also. Okay, so overall, Indian people started to purchase Britain finished goods. So there are two impact of systematic deindustrialization. First of all, industry started to close up. Because of that there are huge unemployment. Okay, second thing, people started to demand Britain finished good. Why? Because they are less costly, more fine, uh, more they can purchase more in same price. So in this way people started to purchase Britain good. Okay, so here you can see I had loaded this picture with the help of the Google. In this picture you can see they are manufacturing cloth with the help of the machine. Here Indian people are weaving with their own hands, so you can understand whose production is more, whose price will be more. Okay, now first point, you had learned now ki the sole aim of Britishers was to destroy handicraft industry. So for that they taken many steps. The uh, first step is discriminatory tariff policy. For that because there is British government, so there is no tax when Britishers bringing raw material from here and when they are coming and selling their product. On the other hand, Indian handicraft industry have to pay high tax when they are exporting or selling their product. In this way, because of this discriminatory tariff policy, industry started to close, and there are many more measures that is taken by Britishers to close Indian handicraft industry. The second is lack of capital good industry. So people are totally depend upon Britishers. Why? Because British finished good. Why? Because there is lack of capital good industry. What is capital good industry? The capital goods means what? The goods which are used in the process of production, like whatever equipment, machinery you use in production of goods, that is known as a capital goods. If you talk about agriculture sector, so capital goods will be tractor, harvester machine. Okay, so whatever equipment, tools and machine are used in industry, that is considered as a capital good. Okay, and what is capital good industry? The industry that produces these goods, that is known as a capital goods industry. So it's in standard definition is here. Capital goods industry refers to those industry which can produce machine tools which are in turn used for producing articles for current consumption. Okay, now when we talk about the British period, so during the British rule there was hardly any capital goods industry. Why they don't want to establish capital industry here? Because they want that Indians dependent on Britain. They want that Indians were dependent on Britain for finished good and for capital goods also. So that is why. Okay, they only want that India remain only a market. Okay, they were not able to produce themselves goods. Okay, so that is why they don't pay any serious attempt for establishment of capital good industry. When there will be not capital good industry, means we are not able to produce machine, tools, equipment. In this way we are not able to produce manufactured good. In this way, for getting manufactured good or for getting finished good, we have to depend upon other means to whom? Britain. Obviously, because there is British government, so they are only allowed to their own trader to come and to do the trading. Now, so in this way there are hardly any capital goods industry in India. To promote industrialization, the country have to depend upon other nation for its requirement of capital good. The third steps is existence of few consumer industry. So first thing, they adopted the process of discriminatory tariff policy. Second thing, they don't encourage establishment of capital goods industry. Second thing, there is few consumer goods industry. Okay, so consumer good industry means the industry that produces those goods that is used by consumers. Okay, like stationery item, grocery items, these are whatever you uses from morning till night. Now that is consumer good, means the goods that is used by the consumer, that is known as a consumer goods. Okay, so there are only few industries that are producing consumer goods. Okay, so during the second half of the 19th century, modern industry began to take root in India, but it was confined to the setting up of the cotton and just textile mills. After Second World War, few industry also come up like sugar, paper industry. Tisco was established in 1907. There are few cement industry, paper mill industry, jute industry, textile industry that produces consumer good. But remember, there are hardly any capital good industry. Okay. Now, limited operation of public sector. Another significant drawback of new industrial sector was the very limited area of operation of public sector. This sector remained confined only to railway, power generation and communication. So here it is given that ki India was very backward country that time, very stagnated country that time. The condition of India's sector was very worse that time. But the public sector means government sector, they were not working anything in favor of country. Why? Because who is governing our country? Britishers. So why they are going to do anything that is in favor of Indians? Obviously they are all the motive in favor of Britishers. Okay, so that is why the government means British government only to do the work of railway, introduction of our generation of power and communication. So they restricted their job as a government sector to these field. They don't try to start capital producing goods or started to consumer producing good. In today time you can see ki our government, Indian government invested in lot of large scale industry, in medium scale industry, in small scale industries. Okay, they do leading role so that the industrial sector able to do the production. Okay, and the growth of industrial sector can be increased. But that time there were British government, that is why they did not pay any attention in production of consumer goods or capital goods industry. Okay, thank you student. I tried my best so that I am able to easily explain these topic, but I want that ki you at least download the PDF of Indian economy development NCRT book and go please read one times before my lecture, so you are able to understand. Okay, these everything is not very easy beta. When you read one or two time, then you are able to understand it. It's all the things are not very easy. You are in 12th standard, so you have to encourage for self study. Okay student, so whatever doubt you are having, you can write in comment box. In the next video I will try to sort out that problem. Okay, so I think you are able to understand industrial sector. So industrial sector means only handicraft industry. So when the British came here, they started to rule here, so their first aim was to destroy handicraft industry. So in this way there will be no industry, that is known as a deindustrialization. No industry means deindustrialization, and for that they adopted they adopted many things. First thing they done that they adopted discriminatory tariff policy. British traders have to pay no tax when they are bringing raw material from here, otherwise they are coming here to sell their product. On the other side, Indian traders have to pay high tax within the India as well as outside the India. In this way the handicraft industry started to lose its consumer. Okay, and they are not able to compete with the British goods. Why? Because they are manufactured with the help of the machine. On the other side, Indian goods are manufactured with the help of manpower. So in this way they are not able to survive, and slowly and gradually Indian industry means and Indian handicraft industry totally destroyed by Britishers, and we are totally depend upon British goods. Okay, and modern industry, so there are only few industry, they are not able to satisfy the want of the people of that time. So in this way we become dependent upon Britishers. Before the British rule we are self dependent, but after when they left our country we are dependent upon other country for completion of our need. Okay student, thank you.